Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, likers, dislikers, commenters, new subscribers, no subscribers, just generally anybody who watches these videos. Welcome back. And I'm on a bit of a weird bike. This is the new MT09 automatic bike. Automatic, manual, semi-automatic, whatever. It's automatic. No, there's no clutch lever. It's got like you double tap the indicator to stop. You tap it to go, and then you tap it to stop, and oh my goodness, it is weird. And you can't rev it. Right, so you flick it forward to go into neutral, and then you flick it back to go into gear. Right. So we're going to go to Browns Bay, because why not? Oh, so it's a manual transmission, so I have to click the button to go up the gears, so... This is weird. I keep looking for the the clutch. I don't know what to think. I think the MT09 has quite lost its way in designs and stuff, but like to the automaticness, I'm not too sure about. Gnarly frickin' pull, but how do I get it in automatic? That is the question. It is a bit of a weird day today because it's raining and dry and wet at the same time. You kind of have to be nice and fragile with the throttle or you're going to clunk yourself. Right, it's an automatic. We'll see how the bike does in automatic in this sort of traffic. Because automatics, sometimes like scooters deal with it well because they're scooters. But like, it is weird to be on such a big bike. And I know before anybody said, but there's other bikes, Dougie. You know, see, it's changing gear already. So it's weird, it is weird because you feel the gear change. Up and down. That's a pretty heavy down. You're already going there, lovely, so. The foot is automatically hunting for the gear lever. Oh, that's horrible. Blech. My hand is constantly looking for the... And it has what can only be a... what do you call it? Cruise control as well, which, to be fair, it's not a bad looking bike. The way it's set out is nice, but it's automatic. Blech. It's definitely going to be an experience. You got your button to turn it off and on and lock it, and you got the key fob that's massive, but it is smooth, I'll give it that. The indicator's definitely brilliant. Oh, I love that. Just touch it and then touch it again to cancel it. Job done. It definitely sounds when it's going up and down the gears very almost like it's breaking something. Something's broke. If my bike was making that noise and I didn't know it was automatic, I would think there's something wrong. But definitely feels nimble. If I could ignore the sound and the feeling of it actually changing the gear, that would be fine. But all in all, if I could get past that bit, it feels grand. It feels like a solid little bike. But, and this is just my first initial thought, I've been on holiday since basically October, and I have not read a thing about this bike. I have not read any specs about this bike. This is me literally jumping on this bike for the first time and thinking, wow, this is weird. That wasn't even exaggerated. But I can't quite put my finger on it. The fact that my hand keeps looking for a clutch and my foot keeps looking for a pedal or a lever is weird. Yes, you get over that, but the newer 900 engine itself, oh, I'm in love with it since I rode the last Tracer. And I know this is a different advancement to that, but oh my goodness. So what I have noticed is if you're in that weird sort of rolling backwards there, if you're in that weird sort of throttle position when it wants to change gear, it's changing gear. Whether the revs like match it or you need it to be in a specific point. Now at times the gear change is actually pretty smooth in certain throttle positions, and then when you roll off, it's a clunk fest. So it's an absolute clunk fest. But I mean, the roll on is smooth. It's in fifth. That's in sixth. It's smooth. It doesn't take away from it as much as I thought. It could do with a screen. If you're going to buy one, buy a screen for it. The gear changing on the corners is a bit bizarre. It doesn't seem to want to change gear when you're going for it. Definitely during those heavy braking, it's going to jump down fast, like as if you were like do, and you don't feel it as much. I think it's on the slow sort of. I think if I do it like that, you can feel the whip or the twitch of it. It's definitely bizarre. I'll give it that. I know first gear in a lot of bikes tends to be really short, but this one feels short. Now, if I was to cane it, it doesn't change gear until I back off. Which is probably where you would want it to be changing gear, you know, when you're pushing hard and it's and it's, but like it's definitely automatic. It's definitely weird. That noise, if you didn't know what it was, it would sound broken. Now, it's in first, and I can take my hands off it. It is weird. What I will say is the hand controls are a bit big. And the cruise control is, so that's it in cruise control. doing 28. Which is weird. It's very heavy. That downing in the gears is very heavy. Again, 2-button operation for the cruise control. I cannot flaw that, as it's what I like. It is weird that the bike's an automatic, the bike's in cruise control, and you can do things like this. Now, I wonder in the future, I don't actually know if this has it, but I wonder in the future, are they going to be linking this all up together with the radar that's on the Tracer? Because that would be interesting to see. Not only from a rider aid point of view, but from just the technology side of things, because I think the cruise control paired with the radar, which sort of senses the car in front and then alters, would be great. But I think that would help with the automatic side of things. Obviously, you're not going to change the physical. You're not going to change the physical gear changing. That's a given. It's not going to happen. But to be like, here is what happens, just go. It's kind of strange. I would love to see radar. I would love to see it all like in a package. On the Tracer, it was great. It was something new, something fresh, and something that actually worked. It's an MT09 at heart. It really has that blister and let's go, because obviously the power to weight ratio too. It's a tiny frame bike, not like a Tracer where it's bigger or an MT10 where it's heavier. The power plant in this bike is like, it's good for the bike. Definitely that split second of, I wouldn't say it's power loss, but that split second where it's changing up a gear or changing down a gear on a corner, no, not a fan of it. Doesn't strike confidence in me, because if you're down like that, leaning into a corner, it's going to do it. You're going to and you're going to panic. What I can probably see is a lot of guys. A lot of guys will buy it. It's an MT09. It's the new one. It's the newfangled toys. They're going to buy it and they're going to keep it in manual. Just because it's a manual, it's still a manual, because you have the flappy paddle gearbox, as I call it, or as anybody would call it. But it's definitely that type of bike. Automatic, I can't say very much. Well, I'd say a lot of people will, but the majority of the people will keep it in manual, because manual's a manual. You have control. Automatic, I can see this bike being actually handy for people who have left side injuries, you know, aren't able to do proper clutching, you know, they're not going to be able to do gear changing. That is great. But I would say, obviously, this is Gen 1 of this type of transmission in this type of bike. So it's going to be, there's going to be revisions of it. So I think a couple of models down the line, this will be feeling a hell of a lot better than what it does now. And just like that, we're in. Wingmer is doing a madness here at the minute. And I think I'm right in saying them indicators just cancelled themselves. It is actually a really comfortable bike when take away the clunkiness of the automatic side of things, but if you're in manual mode, it is a nice bike. We're going to see, right? Indicators are on, flashing. Keep forgetting that I'm in control at this point. So indicators are on and they're flashing. We want to go left, so we turn left. Still flashing? Yeah.
See, the gear changes when you know when to change the gear are absolutely buttery smooth. Like, hear it? You just there was minimal slap. There's no like thunk. You know, it's actually nice. The automatic side of things, nah. It's weird.
Like if I know all bikes were to go to the flappy paddle gear changing, it would take away the need for a cable, a lever, and all that sort of stuff. Yes, you are basically then replacing it with a lot of fiddly high pressure bits that could go wrong and all that other fun stuff, but it's just nice. And I am taking it easy because I'm only back from holiday, as I said, and this is my first time, well, second bike that I've been on in like 3 days. And I haven't gone very far, so the stamina is not there. But 100%, most definitely buy a screen, because the absolute pressure on the chest is, it's not unreal, but it's not great. You're going to feel it when you're speeding up. Yeah, the indicator cancels itself. Why can't they all do that? Charles Hurst really hate me if I get this bike dirty again. I love getting their bikes dirty. Well, I know that I love getting them dirty, but the Jesus! That is fast, but it's still a manual. The indicators are cancelling themselves, like. Yamaha playing hide and go seek with the side stand again. So you just, to turn it off, you just